Hello guys, this is a long email. I'm going to read it. I'll keep the names private. Dear Kurt, I'm a long subscriber of your channels. Your countless adventures and discoveries across Japan have at times given me an escape from my own troubles at the time, and I've grown fond of going on adventures with you vicariously. After hearing you share several events in your past and what you've taken away from them, knowing all the little experiences you have, I'd like your opinion on a situation I'm in. It may seem a bit heavy to ask someone I don't know personally, but I don't have anyone else to ask, really. So if it's a bit too morbid for you to think on and respond to, I can respect that. I'll try to be as brief as I can and not waste your time reading. Please don't worry. I'm happy to take on or to try to assist in any way I can, and be as long as you want. Anybody who wants to write to me. For a long time I've suffered with depression. It comes and goes in severity over the course of years. The last time it peaked at around 2008 when I attempted suicide and obviously failed. At the time I was being treated for it on medication and had previously been talking to a therapist, but nothing seemed to help. It led up some time after that, but in the past year or so it's been getting worse again. I'm currently trying to get treatment for it again, but so far nothing is working. I know from how I felt before that if it keeps up, I'll likely become suicidal again. My problem, or rather the reason I'm writing this, is a friend of mine. She means the world to me, and I never want to do anything to harm her. I'm deeply in love with her, but that isn't exactly the issue. She's well aware of my feelings for her. However, she's homosexual, so nothing can develop there. We are close, however, to the point where she refers to me as her brother as often as she does to me by my name. The issue is, I think that she's starting to become concerned about me. She knows something is wrong and she wants to help. She knows I get depressed at times. She just doesn't know how bad it's getting this time. And I'm trying to keep that away from her. She's the kind of person that would worry about me even though there's nothing she can do, and I don't want to cause her worry over something she can't help with. I'm conflicted though, because we've told each other several times that we'll be there for each other, no matter what. I'm pushing her away when she asks if something is wrong, and I know she doesn't believe me when I say I'm fine. I'm probably hurting her simply by doing that, from not wanting to hurt her by causing her to worry for my life. I feel it'd be wrong to tell her and make her worry. She doesn't even know about the last time I tried to kill myself. Other than that, the fact that I have attempted suicide at one point in my life before. The obvious advice is to tell her because friends are supposed to help each other, but there's nothing she could say or that would make me feel better. When I start feeling like I do, even her words start to sound disingenuous and lose meaning to me, which causes me to feel even more depressed. I find it impossible to accept and believe anything positive she has to say to me, as it starts to sound hollow. It may seem very confusing. I say we're close early, but now I say her words lose meaning. The way depression changes your thinking and view of things is something I can't really put into words. What do you think I should do, Kurt? Do you think do I keep doing what I'm doing already, or keeping her in the dark to keep her from worrying over something she can't control? Or do I tell her and cause her to worry over my life? I'm trying to help her, but again, nothing is working. If you actually do respond, and do so by video, you can be as specific as you wish. No one I know would find the video, and I don't care if the internet knows some guy called Scott. Well, you go ahead and named yourself, so there you go. Is having problems. Feel free to do as you wish. Also, sorry for any typos or grammar errors in this. It's quite late here, and at the time I'm writing this, I didn't exactly plan to write it, just something I found myself doing. I respect your opinions and love your adventures. Keep yourself safe in your hikes. A loyal viewer, Scott. Wow. This is a tough one. My first thought is towards the depression that you're feeling, and I and others who have experienced depression will know what you're talking about. I know how it is. I've been depressed in my life, and I know how it seems to be hopeless. It seems like there's no place you can physically move to get away from it, and nothing you can mentally do to dodge the feeling. And I can definitely understand why some people might elect suicide as a way out, because it's almost as though you're on fire, and the only way to stop the burning is to plunge over a cliff into the sea. That's a bad analogy, but I hope you get what I mean. It's like you're almost running to something else to get away from something that you can't seem to otherwise quench or get over. So let me address two things from there. One is, you sound like Scott, you sound like a very intelligent person. Your writing is very good. You seem very clear. I'm imagining, although you didn't say it, I'm imagining that you're getting help. And if the help isn't working, I would encourage you to get more help. Maybe see another doctor, get a second opinion. I know it's the obvious point, but we know that some causes of depression are biochemical, as I'm sure you're aware. And if it's simply a matter of getting your body chemistry in good shape, then that may be a good fix. I'm no doctor, I'm no counselor, I'm not trained in this stuff at all, so everything I say here is taken from just personal opinion from some guy in the street who just happens to have, done a couple of things in life. On a step away from that, in terms of the biochemistry stuff, I can tell you that the changes that I've made in the last year in diet, and this is going to be the type of thing, everybody that I talked to about this, and when my friend Molly first talked to me about this stuff, my eyes glazed over. I wasn't interested in hearing it. It's the most fascinating thing. Talking about diet just doesn't seem to faze people, and it didn't faze me until I was in really bad shape. My doctor was telling me that everything was wrong, and I got my act together. But if you, and I'm going to recommend a document in just a minute, but if you would just be willing, if you're not already, to maybe heed some of the recommendations I have in there about diet, I think that you may find yourself, it may not solve your problem, but it may give you an edge on dealing with it, on an edge on your emotions, an edge on your sense of ability to handle the world that may make this more bearable. And I guess I'll get to that in just a moment. So there's the medical thing, and then there's the diet thing. And then from there, we come to the help thing. Now, the only reason that I would not suggest you talk to your friend is if she's a child. I don't know, you didn't say what your ages are. But if she's of the age of majority in wherever you live, here in Japan it's age 20, I think in most places in the United States it's around 18. If she's an adult, basically, then I would go to her. Like you said, that is what friends are for. And if you die, if you take your life, and you didn't give her a chance to help you, that will be a lot of pain for her. I don't know how it balances with the pain of having had the chance and not succeeding. I mean, I've been through that myself. My person who was my best friend in college committed suicide, but not before I had the chance to talk to him about it and try to convince him away from it, and I failed at that. He committed suicide anyway. So I'm kind of in that position that you're afraid of getting your friend in. And I can tell you that having had the chance to do it meant a lot to me, even though I failed. I felt that I gave my best effort at the time. It wasn't the kind of effort that I could give now. I think I could do a lot better at helping my friend now, but I was much younger then, and I didn't have as much in terms of ideas or experience, and I was also distracted more by the world around me. And so give your friend a chance for two reasons. One, so that she can maybe genuinely help you. Maybe her aid will be the thing that will help you to get over this. And two, give her a chance so that if, heaven forbid, a word like that coming from me, but heaven forbid you do take your life, she will have at least had a chance to attempt something in that. So I'm all for that. So let's go now to where we lead from there. So if you take my advice, you're going to talk to your friend, and hopefully then you'll have somebody to confide in, and someone who will give you the support that you need on a going forward basis. I'm more concerned about what's going on between your ears, because like I said before, I know what that pain is like, and I know I've almost been there myself. I've never told anybody this. I've never talked about this on video, but I almost jumped off a bridge in my early 30s due to depression, and I was really, really tempted to jump off of a bridge. And I remember the feeling that I just wanted to escape the pain. The pain was so intense, and it was, not a physical, you know what I mean? It's not a tactile pain. It's not like somebody poking you with an ice pick or something like that. It's more of it's almost like an atmosphere. That's probably a better description. It's an atmosphere of pain, an atmosphere of suffering, an atmosphere of agony almost at times, and it seemed like that was the only way out. I wasn't a father then. I was married, and the thing that kept me from doing it was my wife, and I didn't want to leave her in pain, and I didn't want to leave her literally. I didn't want to leave her alone. My wife's Japanese. We were living in the States. I didn't want to leave her alone in a foreign country without me. So you see, having these connections sometimes can really be a benefit, because heaven forbid I had done that. I mean, things are fine now. I mean, I got through that stuff. I mean, I did get medicine from the doctor, but I eventually dropped off that, and I suffered for another decade or so, and things were bad, and I went through a lot of bad stuff. But I really got things together, for the most part now. I'm 50 now, and I'm happy, and I'm in control of my emotions for the most part. When I do have my down days, there's nothing that isn't manageable anymore. I can handle them now. And I'm not saying this to say necessarily look at me, but I am saying this to say look at me. I kind of have some understanding about what you're feeling like, and I was able to get through it, not by anything more extraordinary than pressing on through. So let's get on to that point about pressing on through. And about the diet thing. You're going to be the first person that I'll share this with, because I just completed it. I like I said, I don't have literature that I can recommend. I'm not sure if you saw a counselor that could give you some books to read. All I can offer you right now is two things. They're both written by me, and I'm not trying to be self-serving or anything like that. It's just that they're just more about my thoughts on this matter. The first is a book called an essay that I wrote called "No More Looking Out for Number One," and it was the story of how that transformation occurred. Actually, I recommend this in reverse order. I would recommend No More Looking Out for Number One. It's how my friend's suicide changed my life, and you might find that interesting. I hope it doesn't encourage you to that, but you might find it interesting to read. But don't read that first. If you're going to read anything of mine, what I would recommend is read the newly completed essay that I wrote and published on my blog called "No More Looking Out for Number One." It's kind of inspired by Henry David Thoreau, and the writing is inspired by Henry David Thoreau with a bit of a poetic license involved. But I tried to basically outline my philosophy of the despair, which tries to nail the despair that many of us feel in living, and the fears that we have. And it may not exactly relate to your depression, but I do. The reason I want to share it with you is that it's a recipe for strength and perseverance through difficulty, and to enjoy the benefit and the gain that can come from that. Because I can tell you that if there's anything that I have that's of value in this world, it's not in these pockets. If you look inside my pocket here, I got nothing in these pockets, and I got next to nothing in my bank account, and next to nothing in my library, and next to nothing in terms of degrees or anything like that. But I have a lot of something when it comes to getting through the other side of adversity. And that training started early on as a boy, when I would wander away from my home or campsites or whatever, and go disappear into the woods by myself, and push through and get deep into the woods, and then come back. And I've been doing that all my life. That transferred from doing it in reality to doing it in woods and stuff like that, to doing it through the challenges of life. And you are in that kind of opportunity. If it's not biochemical, and if it's something else that you can get your hands on and push through it and find your way through, then you will be able to enjoy the great benefit of what wisdom comes from that, and maybe be a blessing, if I can use that word, to others in your own way, and also enjoy the fruits of life later on. Like I said, I've been to the point where I was nearly over the edge, literally, and now life's good. And I can't guarantee that that's going to be the case, but I can tell you that that's one option that is there for you, that is quite different from the darkness that will come if you choose the other option, and the pain that will come for others. I think I'll leave it at that, my friend. I'm sorry to be so long, 14 minutes, but I hope that this has been helpful to you. I will publish this on LylesBrother channel. Hopefully, maybe it'll be of use to others as well, I hope. Write to me if you want to talk some more. I'm always happy to talk. And forgive me if I'm sometimes a little late in responding. That just seems to be the way things go these days. I'm also on Facebook. This goes for anybody else. Kurt Bell's my name on Facebook. I'm the face with the green background. You be my friend over there, and let's correspond and enjoy what we have in this life. Take care, friend. Bye. I'll put the links to the documents I described down in the description. Oh, I better move. The water's going to come soon. I'm down here at the beach now. Anyway, I just wanted to see walls here. I've got the barrier there. I just wanted to say that the video that I just did was about suicide, and if you're a person that is having difficulty in life, I'm like I said, I'm no expert, but I do have a couple of videos on it, a little playlist, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll link that above. And if you're curious, you can take a look at that. It's just a little bit that I have. And I wish you all the best. Get some help. Try to get some help. Seek out the comfort and communication with others. And a diet really will help. I do truly believe that diet may give you the edge that you need to gain control of yourself. So that these leaving doesn't seem so tempting. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best. Contact me if you want. Anybody. That's always, anytime. Softypop@gmail.com. On Facebook, Kurt Bell. Here on YouTube, anywhere. Take care, man. Take care, friends. Bye-bye. I gotta move before the water gets here.